Hi everyone, it's me Jill from ThatJapanLife, and in this video I just wanted to share to you what I think is the best option for sending money from Japan. So for the last 3 years or so, I have been using Western Union as my default for sending money back home to the Philippines. To be honest, I knew that it was probably not the best or the cheapest option out there, but I only realized that once I've already gone through the quite demanding process of making sure that my account would let me send money from 7-Eleven convenience stores as opposed to going to physical branches of Western Union. So I figured that unless I wanted to again go through the hassle of opening an account, preparing the necessary documents, and waiting for the long processing period, then 7-Eleven slash Western Union would be the best option for me. I could have gone on using that route forever. But then late last year, they sent me an email saying that my account is expiring, and in order to continue using it, I would have to send them my identification documents and basically go through a process as if I'm registering for the first time. Realizing that I will have to go through the hassle anyway, I decided to really sit down, research, weigh all of the alternatives, and find the best option out there. Of course, in deciding what's best for me, pricing and exchange rate were major factors, but other things that I consider really important are the ease of registering or opening an account, and of course the convenience of the process of sending the money. Taking all of these things into account, I have since decided to go with TransferWise, and sending money has never been easier. Actually, I'm probably already late to the party already, and you already know about TransferWise, but just in case you, just like me, have been living under a rock for the last couple of years and you do not yet know about this amazing service, then I'm making this video, and let me tell you what's great about it. Take note, this is not a sponsored video. I wish it were, but it's not. First, let's talk about pricing. TransferWise pulls its exchange rate from Reuters. This means that it's updated in real time while the trading market is open, and that it's well within the range of the fair mid-market exchange rate. The company actually does not make money from the exchange rate and earns only from the transaction fee, which, according to their website, is only what it costs us to send your money plus a small margin. The fee structure is as follows. First, there is a reasonable fixed fee. I'm for the Philippines, and in the case of Japanese yen to Philippine peso transaction, that fixed fee is only 101 Japanese yen. I'm not even kidding. I also played around with other currencies and observed that this fixed fee differs from country to country but stays affordable wherever. In some cases, I even saw that the fixed fee is way below 100 yen. Then, in addition to this fixed fee, there is what they call a variable fee, which is a percentage of the amount that you are sending. The percentage of the variable fee may also change depending on how you would pay for the remittance. So when sending money to the Philippines, for example, you can choose to either pay via bank transfer or by using a debit card. While paying for debit card would have you shell off 4.01% of the amount you're sending, paying by bank transfer, the variable fee would only be 0.77%. That small. If you were to send, let's say, 10,000 Japanese yen to the Philippines, for example, you would only be paying 177 Japanese yen for the entire transaction. Seeing this on the screen really blew my mind, because for the same amount, I would have to pay 1,500 Japanese yen using Western Union. Of course, to avoid bias, let's try to compare it with other services. In comparison with the others, TransferWise actually has the lower end of the exchange rate. The figures shown here were snapped on a random day, and the rates are subject to change, of course. But once you factor in the fees, then you're still going to end up with more using TransferWise. Also, depending on the currencies you're exchanging, the list of services available and being compared might be longer. So those two screens, by the way, that I showed earlier are features of TransferWise's app, or website, which I really appreciate. The first one showed you automatically and exactly how much the transfer is going to cost you and how much the receiver is going to be receiving, even before you start the process of sending money. Heck, you can even check it even before you've opened an account. Using this feature, you could enter an amount on the you send field or the recipient gets field. And of course, the other feature that I showed you earlier that I love is that it lets you compare real-time rates with other services available. So when it comes to pricing, for me, TransferWise is really a winner. Now let's talk about the ease of application. So how to get started. To start using TransferWise, either go to their website or download their app. There, first you can provide the necessary details of your transfer, so the amount that you would be sending and the mode of payment or transfer type. If it's your first time, of course, you're going to need to enter information in order to open the account. From there, you will be prompted to verify your account. This would be the most bothersome step in trying to join TransferWise, but believe me, it's better than some of the other services which would require you to wait days for documents by mail and then have you send them again by mail. So that would take a lot of time. TransferWise will take you through the process with detailed instructions, but just to give you an idea, for this step you're going to need an identification card. Your Zairyu card or My Number card will do. You're also going to need a marker, a piece of paper, and your phone to take pictures with. Once I've sent all of the necessary documents, online of course, I received a message saying that they're going to process my verification and send me a response in about 48 hours. But in my experience at least, I got verified in less than a day. Now, how about the convenience of sending money? Once you're verified, sending money is super easy. For convenience, I prefer using my phone and their app when I'm setting up my transfers, so that's what I'll be using in the demo. But if you wanted to, you could also use your computer and go to their website, and the process is about the same. So of course, you start by entering the amount that you would like to send, and then after that, you're going to be asked to choose your recipient. Note that if you prefer it, receiver's information can be saved by the website, so the next time you send to the same person, you don't have to enter all of the information again. You're just going to have to choose the person from the list. For first-time transfers, of course, then first you're going to have to supply all of the necessary information. Doing that is not at all complicated and requires only the most basic information. So you have the account holder's name, the person you're sending it to, address, and email is optional if you wanted them to receive an email confirmation, and of course the bank details. Here, note the area where you can choose the type of account of the recipient. I imagine if you're sending money to other countries, other options might be available, but if you are sending money to the Philippines, for example, you could choose to either have it sent directly to the person's bank account, and there's a long list of bank accounts available, by the way, being supported, or you could also use e-wallet. So in the Philippines, you could use either PayMaya or GCash. I know it's very convenient, right? This means that there's no need for traveling and inconvenient cash pickups in remittance centers. Once you have provided all the necessary information, you can proceed until you get to the confirmation screen, which provides you with a summary of the details of your transaction. If everything looks good, then you can proceed to the next step, and there you'll be given information about a local Mitsubishi Tokyo UFJ bank account, and that's a bank account where you need to transfer money. And then all you need to do now is go to your nearest ATM and do the bank transfer. Better yet, if you have online banking, then you don't even need to leave your house. Afterwards, keep an eye on your TransferWise app because it will let you know once your transfer has gone through and the receiver has gotten the money. And they will also actually send a confirmation to your email, so it all feels very secure. Usually you will be told that the transfer will get to the receiver within the day or within 24 hours, but in my experience at least, I think I've used the app about 5 times, and it usually gets to the person in an hour or so. Another thing that I would like to talk about is TransferWise's balance feature. To be honest, TransferWise still has a lot of features that I have not tried and I have not studied yet, like jars. They have their platinum debit card, and also they have like multiple currency accounts. I'm not sure what those are yet. However, one feature that I have tried and absolutely appreciate is what they call balance. Basically, what it lets you do is to like load or store some money into your TransferWise account so that the next time you have a remittance, then you don't need to run to the nearest ATM anymore. You just use your balance in order to send the money. This feature has been very convenient for me because it would let you send money even in the middle of the night, even when you're in the train. You don't need to get to the nearest ATM. You don't need to wait for the banks to open. It's amazing. And that's all I have to say about TransferWise, folks. I really feel that I lucked out because I found TransferWise after what I thought was a misfortune, the fact that my Western Union account was suspended. This service really added some convenience to my life, and hopefully you were able to get a lot of useful information about it using this blog, and that you too will enjoy using TransferWise. Thank you so much for watching this video. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and a subscribe if you haven't yet. Bye bye.